Welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm Perry Black, and on this show, all the way from Northwest Arkansas up around Bentonville, Andrew Martin with a men's ministry to hurting boys in foster care. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm your host, Perry Black, and on this show we have a world changer named Andrew Martin. Some of you may know him, but if you don't, you will here in just a moment. Second Chance Youth Ranch TV is on the air to continually remind the viewing audience of how lives could be changed through fostering, mentoring, and adopting. And Andrew Martin is actively doing that, so I want to introduce him to you. Andrew,
nice
welcome to the show.
Absolutely.
And I want to get to know you myself. We are Facebook friends.
Yes, sir.
But a lot of people don't realize on Facebook, just because you're a friend don't mean you know each other.
Absolutely.
And if I had as many friends as Facebook says I had, I wouldn't have time to do anything but just talk to my friends.
Yes, sir.
I have lots of them. So, Andrew, tell me a little bit about you. Where you grew up, where did you go to school? Like me, did you graduate? Those kind of questions. You're from Katy, Texas.
Yes, sir. So I was born and raised in Katy, Texas. Family, mom, dad, two sisters. Went to school out there, went to high school. After high school.
All right, let me ask you a question though. Were you an athlete?
Absolutely. Played football, basketball. My whole family. My sisters ran track and played basketball. Yeah. I played football, played basketball.
What were you 2A, 4A, 10A?
4A. This was Katy school, so everything's big and around there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
My daughter is from down in Texarkana, Texas.
Yes, sir.
And they got a pretty good team down there, I think it's called Pleasant Grove. Mm-hmm. And every year, but I do know this, Lee Douglas, who used to be the insurance commissioner for the state of Arkansas, he played football with me at Central High School, mm-hmm. and he moved, I think it was my junior year, he moved from Texas, mm-hmm. and he said, yeah, we have championship tournaments down there at the end of the school year, kind of like the NFL and college, you know, and we didn't have those back in 1968, 69, and 1970, mm-hmm. and I was so impressed with that, but I'm just saying all that to say this. They take football serious in Texas.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. When I moved up, we'll get to it, but when I moved up here, people would ask, is Texas really cocky and chauvinistic? Absolutely. Everything
100%.
Is big.
Everything's big in Texas.
From food to Texas, from stadiums, everything is real big.
Including Texas egos, I may add.
Absolutely.
I went to Bible school in Dallas, Texas at Christ for the Nations. My daughter was born at the Methodist Hospital in Dallas. So I'm kind of a Texan. I lived in Houston, which is not very far from Katy.
Yes,
Katy's
sir.
kind of like a suburb
it's like
almost.
25 minutes outside of Houston.
And I lived down there when I was a little guy for a little while, mm-hmm. and with my aunt, my mom, and so forth. So let's kind of jump ahead, and then I'm going to come back probably to some of the personal stuff.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about the ministry of the Hearts of the Father.
Absolutely. So the Hearts of the Father is it's a nonprofit. It's a ministry where we work closely with boys in foster care and boys from hard places. And what we do, we create outdoor events for them, whether it be camping, fishing, hunting. We teach them life skills. And these are boys that normally they wouldn't have the opportunity to get in the outdoors, and we provide that opportunity for them.
Is it kind of like a Big Brother program?
Absolutely, but instead of using older teenage boys to mentor these boys, we use men that understand foster care, and they understand the dynamic of boys that maybe come from a fatherless home or don't have that male figure in the home, and they become they feel that need of a masculine role, whether it be for a weekend or during a hunting trip, to just pour fatherhood into these boys' lives and just.
Well, we're obviously here at Second Chance Ranch, we're very involved in fostering, but how did you make this connection to mentoring boys? Tell me the
So my why.
Yeah, tell me the journey of your why.
Absolutely. So my backstory is that I was adopted. And I was in foster care, and so
How old were you when you were adopted?
So I was 6 months old.
Wow.
And so the backstory is my bio mom was 15. She got pregnant. I was actually scheduled to be aborted. And the day before I was supposed to be aborted, my mom goes into labor. Wow. I was a sick baby. The doctors wrapped me up and take me into another room because I was going to get transferred to a children's hospital.
Were you a little bitty fella?
Little bitty. I was, really, really small. And so my grandmother walks back into the birthing room from talking to the doctors and tells my mother that I died, and she secretly placed me up for adoption.
Wow.
Yes.
What a story.
And so...
but God knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb.
Absolutely.
Had a plan for your life, and that plan wasn't just about you.
No, sir.
At all these boys.
Absolutely. And so the papers say I only had a 20% chance of living. And so that scripture resonates with me deeply.
I bet it does.
Before I knew you, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you.
Yeah.
And he had a plan for my life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, you graduated high school, did you go to college?
Yes, sir. I actually went to Texas Bible Institute in Columbus, Texas.
All right.
So a lot of people know Tommy and Rachel Birchfield. They are legends in the faith. And so I was there for about a year, did studies there, and then I went to the military.
Let me kind of fill a gap for some folks. Some folks may know Joel Osteen.
Yes.
You know, the largest church in America. And everybody don't like him, even though he's a very likable, lovable guy.
Yes,
I know I've met him, I've met his family. But Joel's dad, John,
yes,
and his mom, Dodie, who just literally went to be with the Lord, John pastored and pioneered Lakewood Church. You mentioned Tommy and Rachel Birchfield. For years, they served as youth ministers there. When you say they're legends of the faith, dear friends of mine, they helped build the foundational things with John Osteen that Joel then took over when John passed, his dad. And in 1988, Rachel and Tommy told me they would be leaving Lakewood Church and went to Columbus, Texas, where TBI, Texas Bible Institute, is. And so there's a connection.
Absolutely.
And even though you and I are Facebook friends in our first personal meeting here, our hearts for hurting kids are the same because it's the heart of God. And our connections with TBI and the Birchfields, that's amazing to me.
She's gonna. Miss Rachel may see this, and hi, Miss Rachel. It's been years, but their faith has always been strong. And you said something on a previous session that I've learned at TBI. What you make happen for others, God will make happen for you.
That's the way it works. We got about 15 seconds. I met Tommy and Rachel, met Tommy personally in 1984. He came to the state of Arkansas, did a conference for me at Agape Church, and we became dear friends. And I have a spiritual leadership book that he had on his table that I have wore out by J. Oswald Sanders. We'll take a break and be back with Andrew in just a minute.
A mission field around you is filled with young hearts needing a forever family. And at Second Chance Youth Ranch, our team is committed to providing healthy, stable, loving homes and families to hurting children in the Arkansas foster care system and those up for adoption. Please contact us if you feel the tug at your heart to help foster or adopt, and find out the steps you could take to help fulfill a child's lifelong dream. Maybe you can't foster or adopt, but you could help. The need for thousands of children in the system is staggering. But with the help of faithful partners and business alliances, we are meeting those needs right now. Would you help us make a difference? Every gift, regardless of size, impacts a child's life directly and helps provide for a home in the gap right now. Visit the Second Chance Youth Ranch website at 2CYR.org to read more, watch the stories, and to make a contribution for a hurting child's care. Monthly partners are needed, so please contact us right away. And as you partner with this ministry, You are partnering with the Heavenly Father that has promised to be Father to the fatherless. God bless you for helping Second Chance Youth Ranch.
Hey, welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Our special guest on this show, Andrew Martin, who has a ministry called the Hearts of the Father. And you went to Texas Bible Institute down in Columbus, Texas.
Yes,
Tommy
sir.
and Rachel Birchfield are the founders, dear friends of mine, known them for a long time. And somewhere along the line, you went from a graduate of TBI in what year?
2005.
So 20 years ago, you
Yes,
graduated TBI. I mentioned this to Andrew offset. I was down at what is now TBI, and what's the name of the camp? Do you remember?
Country camp.
Country camp. And Tommy at that time had just left Lakewood Church in Houston and was leasing the campgrounds. And I was there for a church from Corpus Christi, and I met Tommy there. I reunited with him, and I didn't realize he was praying about buying that campground. And that's the last time I probably saw Tommy was 1988. I follow him on social media. Back then they didn't have any kids, now they got grandkids. And so there's a real neat connection. And you graduated in 2005. At what point did you begin to work with hurting boys? And at what point did you become a ministry that people can support?
So I've always been aligned with youth ministry. In 2015, I really feel like I had the green light from the Lord to start this ministry. And I remember how I started. I made a Facebook Live video, and I told people this was what I wanted to do. I didn't have it all together. I just knew to just say it. And I remember one thing the Holy Spirit specifically said, to never charge.
Yeah.
And bring the boys. He'll create the atmosphere. And since 2015, boys have come from all over Southwest Texas, all over, from Texas to Louisiana, up here in Arkansas. And God has moved through these camps.
So tell me where you do your camps at.
So we started in Houston, and then me and my family moved up to Northwest Arkansas about 4 years ago.
Centerton's?
Yes, Centerton, right outside of Bentonville, Arkansas. And so mainly we do stuff in Northwest Arkansas, but we open up, we do stuff in Houston. We're hoping to open up a chapter up in the Little Rock area. I've met so many people that are connected to foster care.
What church do you attend in Northwest?
SoCo Church. SoCo Church. And SoCo is actually, they're real close friends with Project Zero.
Oh, great.
They actually fund all of their adoption videos.
Wow.
And so when
neat connection.
So all the videos that you see on the Heart Gallery, SoCo has funded a lot of their,
Yeah, here on this next break, we're going to show a Project Zero video.
Absolutely.
And trying to get that word out that there's kids in waiting. They are praying for families, for a forever family, an adoptive family. So where's your campground?
So currently,
you lease or rent one? Or?
No, sir. We actually network with private owners.
Okay.
And so I go and share my vision, and we network together. And
where do the boys come from?
So they come from all over. So these are boys that come from foster care. Vocationally, I work for Bentonville Schools.
Okay.
So I've networked with counselors and principals, word of mouth. And so they go to our website, they sign up. We have a schedule of events.
Are you technically a 501c3 religious nonprofit?
We're 501c3. We're
Public benefit charity?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But when you look, we know what it is.
Yeah.
It's a ministry.
Yeah.
And so these boys, they come and everything's provided. We have tents, sleeping bags, fishing poles. We teach them about the outdoors. We teach them rifle marksmanship. We sit around the fire.
Is this something you do year round?
Yes, sir.
So how many boys might you have on any given week or weekend? Is it for a few days or for a week? What's the dynamic of the program?
So we do our programs nice and sweet. So they usually start Saturdays and they'll end Sunday morning. Sunday morning, they'll wake up, we'll have a devotion, and at the end of camp, we'll pray over the boys to release them back to their families. Yeah. We use the dynamic, if we can't share the gospel, none of this matters.
That's a fact.
You know, we love the outdoors, and these boys, they get in, they learn new skills, and they get new friends. But when the gospel is preached, the atmosphere changes, because these kids come from hurting places. They come from deep trauma wounds.
Where do you get your mentors?
So these life coaches, we call them coaches. These are men that have inquired about us.
Yeah.
And so we share our vision. And we're very intentional and very about, these are the boys.
Are some of the boys in foster care and some of them in the community?
They're active, yes. A lot of them we have more boys that are actively in foster care that come to our camps.
So did the foster dads join you?
Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
And some of these boys, they come from single parents, grandparents that are raising their grandkids. We create the atmosphere for these boys to get outdoors, and we understand the synergy of the current culture that we live in with cell phones. It's just an avenue to get outdoors, to be active, to create new friends.
No social media for the weekend?
No, sir. No, sir. They get kind of bummed at the beginning, but when
they love it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fishing, camping, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. So are you married?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How many kids you got? 10, 12?
No, I have 2 kids.
That wasn't enough, so you did fostering, huh?
Yeah, so me and my wife have been married for 18 years.
Way to go.
And so I have a junior. My daughter, her name's Cadence. She's a junior. And then my son, his name is Jaden. He's about to be 18, and he's a senior in high school.
Wow.
Yeah. And so we've been riding this road. And I remember when I met my wife, I told her, I said, if you stick with me, I'll make you famous. And so when she watches this, she's going to laugh, because through the years, how God has moved through Hearts of the Father, we've had opportunities to meet people and share the vision of the Hearts of the Father. So she's not surprised that, hey, we're going here because I'm about to go meet. Yeah. There was one time we got invited to Lakewood, and we sat right next to Dodie Osteen. Yeah. And Miss Dodie was the sweetest, most precious person in the world.
Sweet and a fireball.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so when you hang out with God, God will take you places that you've never dreamed.
Yeah. Our Father is a God who is forever faithful, who will do exceedingly above all you ask or think. And I can think pretty big. And in comparison to what God can do, it's just this much. It's not even, it's so minuscule. We've got about 20 seconds, so I don't want to say too much, but I want to know a little bit more when we come back on how people can connect with you and how they can be involved. And if they're not living in the area, how can they help you reach more young men that need a role model, a mentor, and a father figure in their life. We're going to take a very brief break, watch a video. We'll be right back with Andrew.
And what do you want to be when you grow up?
A YouTuber, a gymnastics teacher, chair. Well, I do cheers at school. Let's get a little bit rowdy, R-O-W-D-Y.
So good. Thank you so much for doing that.
Adopted. He's bald. My name is Monique. I'm 8.
Oh my goodness. Do you like getting your photos taken? You seem like you do.
Sometimes I like to color or go to the park and play or something like that. At school, I do very good. My favorite subject is math. My favorite animal is a duck.
Why is that?
Because the duck is always say quack quack, and it's yellow, and it's like to swim on top of the water so I can touch it. I wish for superpowers. I want to fly and a supervision, and I want to be invisible. If I had $1 million, I would spend my money and buy toys.
All right, let's talk about adoption. You said you do want to be adopted?
Mm-hmm.
What if we use our imagination and you imagine a family for you? What would you want them to be like?
I like to close my eyes when I imagine.
You want to close your eyes and tell us what you imagine with your family? All right. What do you imagine with your family?
I like to do whatever I want. I like to play with my toys and watch TV.
Welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. That video, Andrew, we were talking about Project Zero and SoCo. Those programs, those brief sound bites of children in waiting are so powerful.
Absolutely.
They're just, I don't know how anybody can watch them and not have to need a Kleenex. You know, here's my Kleenex, because they are so moving, of little children like you who were adopted as an infant that are now old enough to articulate what they're looking for. They're looking for a dad, a role model, a mentor, obviously a mom and dad, a family. And I think some people can share that with empathy, but we don't just need empathy and sympathy. We need people signing up and getting involved and engaged. Your ministry, the Hearts of the Father, gather, build, affirm, and honor outdoor expeditions. And it's got some picture of young men, and that is so powerful. So tell me, what can people do? You're up in Northwest Arkansas, but there are young people that need to be a part of these events. What can they do to help you help young men?
They can pray for these boys that are coming in, that God already has specifically sun-kissed for these boys to come.
You have a coming event, another outdoor expedition coming up pretty soon?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, we just finished one, and we have one coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's on our website.
What's it cost to put one of those on, about for a little weekend of a few men and boys?
So it costs about $600.
Yeah.
And we don't charge, and we're solely donor based. God always comes through.
So if there's a business or civic group or Sunday school class,
Absolutely.
or just some sweet person out there, they could write you a check for $500 or $600 to the Hearts of the Father?
Yes, sir.
That information is probably showing up here somewhere on the screen. And I encourage you to help. There are so many needs in this state, and for anyone to support what we do it just gives us the breath of the Spirit of God to keep going, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You talked about a lady who would give $1 each month.
Yeah.
To the outside, it's just $1. But to you, to me, that we're kingdom people, it's the lady with the little bit of meal that went to serve her last meal. So with me, it's a lady who cooks homemade cookies.
Oh, yeah.
If that's all she can give, that is heaven for us.
What do y'all do? You do an overnighter? Who cooks? Y'all have a grill and y'all flip burgers, or what?
We flip burgers. We a lot of times we get people to donate. They'll come out and come cook, or we get a business to come. Like we just had a camp. We had a barbecue joint come and bring food. Also, we'll have people that just comes out and cooks. Like, I can't stay the whole time, but I can come out and cook to serve these boys.
Yeah.
And so that's our goal with Hearts of the Father.
How many boys do you have at your most recent one that you just completed?
So we do small camps. So we had about 15 kids, 15 boys that came out to camp. They show up.
Small, intimate, so you can really spend time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We believe the small camps make the biggest impact.
Yeah.
We would rather have small camps, but mini camps, versus big, grandiose 40, 50 kids. But that gives the one kid to sit in the background, and he's not really touched because he may have feel forgotten at the big camps, but ultimately in life he feels forgotten because he's in foster care.
Yeah, we need men and mentors that'll take down those walls one brick at a time. We had a young man here with us with his siblings, and when I first saw him for almost a year, he never showed up without his hoodie on. Mm-hmm. Never. Then one Sunday he showed up, and our young people were reaching out. Of course, our staff from the ranch were ministering to him and just encouraging him. One Sunday he shows up and his hood is down. Mm-hmm. And just to watch how God gently worked through there, and it was one brick at a time. That's how the wall was built, and that's how it has to be deconstructed. So I really appreciate what you guys are doing up there. So how can people help? How can they support? Of course, we always want people to pray. How can businesses and individuals and groups, how can they help you in this process?
So one thing that we are tangibly, now, obviously we can go to theheartsofthefather.org to donate some very tangible things that we need. Since we travel to multiple locations to do camps in Texas and up here, we need a camp vehicle, a camp truck.
A truck or a van? Are you saying a truck?
A truck, because a truck and a trailer.
So you can load stuff in?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Absolutely. Also, if a big ask, we network with private landowners, but our ultimate goal is to have land of our own. So when we have people from Project Zero or we go out to group homes and talk to executive directors, how amazing would it be to have our own land?
When you say land, we talking 5 acres, 10 acres, 20 acres?
So 5 to 20 acres.
Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you this to encourage you now. I thought when we would do the ranch, I needed about 40 acres. I thought that was a big ask. But again, exceeding abundant God, we have 300 acres. Somebody offset, I think that's right, 300. We bought it in various parcels. And not only do we have those acres, now we have houses in town that we are building and so forth. So we call it ranch campus and in-town campuses. So when you're believing God, and I'm asking our viewers to help you and to pray with us in agreement that God will do exceeding abundantly.
Absolutely. More than.
Because I think the need is so great. It's great to start with 5 acres or 10 acres, but if you know somebody in Northwest Arkansas, does it have to be Northwest?
No, sir.
Yeah.
We're
anywhere.
Absolutely.
You'll relocate?
Absolutely. One thing that we want to do with this land, other than camps, and I really want to share this with you.
You got a minute.
Is that we want to be a safe place for the foster care and adoption community. So when Project Zero has their family day, instead of having to go to a church, they can go to our property that we'll name Liberty Hill.
There you go.
And so we want to be a safe place, a holy place for the foster care and adoption community.
So if you're watching and you have land, I want you to think about how that can change lives through this ministry. And we'd love for you to reach out to Andrew, share what you have. And hey, we're willing to start, and he has proven this, with a seed, but that seed wants to grow like a big, beautiful tree, bring life and shade to those that are living their lives without a role model, father, and or mentor. And so if you know somebody in that area that's interested in it, it's a nonprofit, it's tax deductible, we'd love to connect y'all. And I'd love to have Andrew get back with me and say, Pastor Perry, you won't believe. I said, oh yes I will, tell me, that God provided for us supernaturally. Hey, we want to say thank you for watching and being with us these 7 seasons. Thank you to Jim Grant and Victory Television Network, Pastor and Jeannie Caldwell, for being a partner with us so we can come to you every week and share with you how you can change lives one heart at a time through fostering, mentoring, and adopting. See you next week.